3, 2, 1, pog!
How you going? I've had this Beyblade sitting in my garage for 2 years now, and I just can't bring myself to throw it away. Mostly because it doesn't fit in my bin, and I don't want the garbage man to judge me. So, my solution is to do the most amount of engineering I've ever done and get this thing spinning at almost the speed of sound.
What do you mean?
So fast that it blows itself
so
apart
dangerous.
and everything else around it.
That is
That
so
way,
dangerous,
I don't have
dude.
to throw it away.
I did a thing.
And if you watched my 2 previous videos in this Beyblade series, you'll know that I hyped it up a lot, but it was actually pretty crap. It didn't go very fast.
Greek
and
yogurt
I also made it too good.
based.
And the Beyblade was very stable.
That's cool.
So it didn't move around and destroy enough things.
Is that a meat
But it
leg?
turns out there is a pretty easy fix to the stability. I just need to introduce some instability into the Beyblade's
Wow.
life with an opioid addiction. And by also
Pog!
cutting off its leg so it's
Just
flat,
like me.
which makes it walk around more. Okay, now to make it spin faster. And last time
I'm
I was
not a
using
ranger main. I'm just an occasional douchebag.
chainsaw winch thing, which worked, but only got it up to like 360 RPM. And I want it to go a lot faster. Like
Okay.
fast enough that the UN is
Get it right, Bernie. Get it right.
forced to get involved and put sanctions on my house.
I take the fact that he develops
That
weapons
happened.
of mass destruction
That happened earlier, right?
very seriously. I remember the fact that he has invaded 2 countries before. I know for a fact that he's poisoned his own people.
So how am I going to get it spinning that fast? Well, if we do some basic maths, this motor spins at 2000 RPM, and if we have a 2-to-1 pulley conversion on it, it will spin at 4000 RPM.
Wow.
So if the Beyblade is 92 centimeters wide, at 4000 RPM, the tips of the Beyblade will be traveling at around 700 kilometers per hour.
That's simple math.
And if we do some more maths, considering Princess Diana hit that bridge at 100 kilometers per hour, which made news all around the world.
Am I uncultured? I don't know shit about that. Who? Princess who?
700 kilometers per hour
Is it a Disney movie or something?
is enough to kill 7 princesses. So it should be pretty impressive at that speed. But before I make the news, I just need to figure out how to attach this motor to the Beyblade.
It's math
but
right
more
there.
importantly, how to get it off.
Dude, that is the biggest screw I've ever seen.
And considering the best thing I could come up with before was a pair of vice grips that released the Beyblade with a piece of string, I'm gonna get someone else to help.
Dude is just touching a Beyblade with his feet, bro. What if they get cut?
Come in.
Wait, he doesn't have socks on. I don't have to wear. But I'm on Twitch right now, and apparently if you do this to the camera, you can get banned if you don't have socks on. Maybe even with socks on. Please don't tell Twitch on me.
Hey, how you going?
Hey.
My mate, who has a channel called Not an Engineer.
Wow.
But despite the name, is a much better engineer than me. And he also knows how to draw parts on the computer. Much better than I do. And he drew up this cool sketch for us to follow. Now, the first thing we decided to do was take apart the Beyblade.
That
And
works.
when I was making this, I definitely compensated for my lack of mechanical skills by using a whole bottle of glue on this thread, and it's now impossible to take apart. So we decided to deal with it later, and instead started boring down this pipe, which will hold the bearings and shaft that spins the Beyblade. And by we, I mean my mate. But first he had to fix my lathe.
This one doesn't even have
What's a
this
lathe?
little washer. It's not attached. Look.
Wow.
Alright, so that
What
explains
a
what-
legit engineer.
I was making a funny noise. Alright. And you know what else needs fixing? Your browser, which is why
Oh,
you
hell
need to
yeah.
start using Opera GX.
Opera
the sponsor of
GX,
today's
baby. We just swapped the other day.
video. Thanks to Opera GX for
Not because of I did a thing, but because of GX Aura RGB RAM Cat Girl. That's right.
sponsoring this video. Opera GX is a superior
Why is he
browser
banging-
compared to others, as it doesn't use
Stop touching the monitor, bro.
all your computer's resources for
Why?
no reason, allowing you to choose how much computer power Opera GX takes up. So you can have a bunch of tabs open and not have to close them while playing games or doing other things. Look, here's me using Chrome with horrible performance,
Yep.
and now with Opera GX, and look at those beautiful low numbers. Also, default browsers are just so boring, and Opera GX offers you a lot of really useful mods.
You can mod it.
My favorite is this one, as it's me.
You
a
can mod
slightly
it up.
worse looking version of me. In my garage with my best creations.
You,
You also get
stop.
to hear me asking how you are every time you open a new tab. How you going?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
You can also get ones that change your typing to farting. There are so many mods in the GX store that change everything from your background music to keyboard sounds. And changing over to Opera GX is so easy, as it's equipped with an import tool that allows you to quickly import all your settings from your previous browser. All you do is go to browser settings, synchronization, import bookmarks, and import, and you're good to go. My favorite thing about Opera GX is the GX Corner, which keeps you up to date with what games are coming out soon. It also tells you what games are on sale.
I've never used the corner before. The corner actually annoys me because whenever you close the, look at this. If I were to say close this tab, well, I'll just move the tab out of the way. The corner is there, right? But what I want to do when I close the last tab on my browser, I want it to go away, not give me another tab.
And where it does daily news and more. Wow, Taylor Swift went on a date with an NFL player. And also, if you download Opera GX for free using the link in my description, you will get my personal GX mod.
T-Swizzle.
So go download Opera GX today and upgrade your browser.
He's just like touching, he's just like circling, tap, tap, circling, tap, tap, tap. Shake the monitor. Like,
while he was doing that, I did the more complicated parts that require expertise, like tapping these holes and hitting the Beyblade with a hammer.
You changing the settings? I haven't been able to go into settings yet. I haven't done it yet. But I've never
managed to get the Beyblade.
I want to give the corner a chance, but I've never used it, and I don't see any point. I don't see me using it anytime soon.
Blade apart with minimal effort. And my mate had finished boring the bearing holes so that the bearings fit neatly inside.
Wow.
There is nothing more satisfying than watching a bearing fit perfectly.
Damn.
And I'm not even saying this in a sexual way. It's just a great feeling.
Damn.
Absolutely beautiful.
Slide that in there.
Because if it's slightly wrong, the bearing won't move at all. But when it's right, it slides perfectly in. And then before you know it, you and your mate are making love.
Wow.
Okay, then my mate started turning down the shaft that was going to go inside the bearings, while I made the piece that's going to grip and release the Beyblade.
Wow.
And to do that, I'm going to use these little ball bearings, which I stole from your washing machine while you were sleeping. So you should probably get that looked at.
Wow.
And the bearings go inside this piece and will grab the top of the Beyblade in the same way as a collet chuck on a mill. And if you don't know how a collet chuck works, neither do I.
What even is a collet chuck? What the heck?
So you're asking the wrong guy. Next, I drilled 4 holes which are big enough to fit the balls all the way in,
balls.
but not let them out on the inside of the pipe, except for this hole, which I made too big.
Feels bad, man. Balls. Baller. 3, 2, 1 balls. What is this sequence? The balls. There's more balls. Ah! Balls. What? Yeah. Nande. Nande dayo.
Then I just cut down this threaded rod.
Wait, is that his foot? That's his hand. I don't know why that looked like his foot to me.
And welded it onto the piece with the balls.
Thought he was welding with his
See
feet.
what I'm doing, and I just welded the clamp to the piece.
Which is me done. And in the same time it took me to make this, my mate had finished the entire spinny shaft.
Yeah, look at that thing. Beautiful, bros. Beautiful.
Which I then welded onto a bracket.
Beautiful metal pipe.
And then we put it all together. And it spins slowly. But what we really want to know is, does it spin fast enough to cause grievous bodily harm?
Fuck, bros.
You ready?
Whoa!
That's alright. That's not bad. You won't do that with the Beyblade.
Yeah, that's
And that was the maximum speed, which seemed fast, but you can't really tell without the
hard to
Beyblade on
tell.
the bottom, which is what we're going to do now. So next I welded up a frame.
You know what they should do instead of attaching the Beyblade first? They should attach like a bunch of toilet paper rolls and just watch it go whee, spin around, dude.
Motor and arm that hold the Beyblade. And this is all guesswork here, which is why I decided to weld it all permanently in place before checking if the motor even fits onto the frame,
Pog.
which luckily it does, and the spindle as well. Okay, so then we finished off the Beyblade by drilling a hole in the center so a bolt threads inside. And then tested if the Beyblade fits.
Oh, yeah.
Am I pushing it all the way?
Oh, yeah. So satisfying.
Which it does.
No idea what's happening, but satisfying. Damn. Surely they like,
like a lawnmower.
surely they like launch fruit at this thing while it's spinning and cut it up, right?
A little bit.
And we couldn't resist spinning it up in my garage.
Oh my god, that is so dangerous. Are those amps? Dude, imagine what could happen.
Okay.
It's already wobbly. It's quite wobbly.
Wobbly.
That's not the shaft though, is it?
No,
The shaft.
you got it up.
Do you want to go a bit faster?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you go? Or I'll go a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, you go.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Pull it out.
Oh my.
And that was only 5% of its maximum speed. It was already
5%.
terrifying enough to kick in my fight or flight response and make me use my mate as a human shield. So I can't imagine what I'm going to do to the people around me when the Beyblade is going at full speed. Okay, last thing we have to do is make something that is going to hit this pin off the top to release the internal pipe, which means those
One spin, it flies into the stratosphere and comes down on someone. GG.
little balls inside will
Neuro Swarm Prototype 1. Yeah. That's one of the attachable DLC options.
be able to slip out of the way, releasing the Beyblade. And I was all for just poking it using a big stick, but my mate suggested we use the VFD, which we are using to control the speed of the motor, as it has some inbuilt switches that trigger when the motor reaches a certain speed, which we can plug this solenoid into. So I just
What is
welded
the
the solenoid
solenoid?
to some metal, and then we made the world's first hexagonal spring.
I've never seen a hexagonal spring.
What the heck?
Fall over if you keep doing that.
And put it on the frame. And now the solenoid should pop out, hitting the release pin and knocking it off.
Wow. What's the point of the
I
solenoid?
believe you now that it happened on camera.
Which it does, but we don't know if the release pin will actually stay on while the motor is spinning at high speed. So we gave it a test behind my not so blast proof blast shield.
Is it gonna fly? Is it gonna fly?
What?
Perfect.
And that is everything
Oh.
working. So I just sprayed it and put on some safety tape to remind us
Wow.
not to go near it while it's spinning.
Pretty.
And now I just need to find a place to spin this
Now
guy
it
up.
looks legit.
And last time I did it in the abandoned drug house down the road, and that is still an option as I live
Nice.
close to another abandoned house that's also
Nice.
next to a preschool. And this guy is going to be spinning a lot faster, and I don't really think I can rely on walls to stop it. Which is why I asked for your guys' help. And lucky for me, Hamilton must have a death wish, as he hit me up and agreed to let me do the Beyblade on his property. So we put everything in the car, including 4 lady mannequins. And I didn't specifically ask for women, but it was the only thing they had left in the store
Oh,
besides
really now?
babies, which I did buy as well, but
Oh, hell
for a
yeah.
different video.
Oh.
Have you ever been in a car with this many girls before, Rob? No, this is incredible. It's making me nervous.
It is also considered
They're
the
silly.
only lady ones.
Yeah. I got them second hand, and I was like, it's all they had, and I realized afterwards,
Oh,
I'm like,
really
this
now?
doesn't look that good, does it?
And Hamilton's property is perfect. It has one big opening, which the main
Doggy.
camera can view all the destruction through. It's got rafters for the Beyblade to hang from.
Wow.
And most importantly, a dead kangaroo. So first we hung up the
What?
Beyblade frame,
Ew.
which was a little wobbly.
Kangaroos.
Great because it's an auto vibration absorbing
Yeah,
system.
exactly.
So if there's any imbalance in the system, it's not going to matter.
It's self-correcting.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. It'll just
And then brought in the mannequins.
it'll just tilt.
And I
Easy.
couldn't stop thinking about that Princess Diana joke I made earlier, so thought it would be appropriate to arrange a little English tea party for the ladies.
Wow.
And then we put in the Beyblade.
GG. Goodbye, girls.
Well, the whole thing's wobbling just from this.
And because we thought the Beyblade had a high chance of shattering, we decided to go full speed on the first go.
Sit against this wall. If I sit against this wall.
No build up, full speed.
Yeah. Sweet.
All right. Should we do it?
Yep.
Let's do it.
You ready?
It's the weakest pull, and then top one.
That wasn't weak. That was a good pool.
You happy near the door there?
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Hit and go.
Yeah, do it.
shit. Wobble wobble. Wobble wobble. Oh my god, it's spinning so much. It's going crazy.
And I'm not sure what Hamilton was expecting me to do on his property, but I'm sure he didn't imagine he would be cowering behind a single brick wall from a giant Beyblade spinning at almost the speed of sound.
Oh snap. It's gonna totally fly up. Yo!
Alright, it definitely worked in a way, as one of the mannequins was in pieces and its leg was out the window.
Meow.
And there was also a good sized chunk missing out of the concrete. But besides
Damn.
that, a lot went wrong. Firstly, we spun the motor the wrong way, so the
Oh my
bolt
goodness.
on top of the Beyblade undid
came
itself,
loose.
and the Beyblade dropped prematurely, only getting up to like 10% of its maximum speed. And then also the frame was vibrating so much that the solenoid valve released before the maximum speed, knocking the pins off.
Yo.
So we put it all back together, and this
Oh.
time reversed the motor and put in a new bolt and tried again.
A new bolt, they got spares.
We're doing it again.
Doing it again. Run it back, baby. 3, 2, 1, run it back. Oh shit, it's going so fast. Oh my god, it's so much faster. It's so fast. Oh my god, it's so much faster, chat. It's insanely fast.
And that time it got a lot faster, but the
Okay.
solenoid valve still shook itself
What's happening? Guys are blowing shit up with cool engineering.
loose and released the Beyblade at 50% of this maximum speed. Which was actually a good thing, as the
Meow.
Beyblade almost made it out the door, smashing the door frame and concrete on the edges.
Whoa.
It tried to get out the door.
So we thought we better be safe, and we put a single brick in the way.
A single
Did
brick.
another test, this time with the aim of taking off the table's legs. And this
Meow.
time, I'm not going to play any music or talk. I'll just let you watch the full speed up of
Oh,
the Beyblade.
shit.
Because the noise that it produces when it reaches full speed is absolutely
Oh,
terrifying.
snap. Let's listen. It's worrying. Bro. That's balanced. Very powerful ability, comes with large sound effect. Makes sense. Oh my goodness. Holy Holy sh... Oh my goodness, bro. Imagine your drone is flying out your window and you hear that.
And that
Imagine
was the-
your personal unalive drone comes to your window, the swarm, and you just hear as it takes you out.
level of destruction I was looking for.
Holy
it shot
shit.
shrapnel past the camera at a ridiculous speed. It almost started a fire
Let it rip.
and even cut deeper gouges into the concrete.
Let it rip.
And this was the first one that actually got up to full speed. And the noise it was making was absolutely horrible.
Dude, what if they added wings? It could fly.
It sounded like a helicopter that was getting closer and closer. And this is how the Viet Cong must have felt when Americans were
Viet
flying over the
Cong.
jungles and dropping giant Beyblades from the sky. Also, that run reached full speed.
Yeah, Beyblades,
at
that's what it was.
4,000 RPM, which means the tips of the Beyblade were traveling at 670 kilometers an hour. But I still want the Beyblade to disintegrate itself. So this time, we're going to try dropping it from the height straight onto the concrete
This thing
floor.
is like kind of sturdy. Let it rip. Hasn't broken yet. That's crazy.
We were wondering what that noise was, and it's this bolt which loosened itself from the Beyblade disc. But it still held on and it dropped.
Well, that's the wood.
And because I couldn't really hear the Beyblade anymore, I decided to go and have a look.
No! That's so dangerous.
And almost walked into the Beyblade still spinning on the ground at 400 kilometers an hour.
Oh, he's got the Aussie boots on, dude. My brother has these Aussie boots, man. They're all wearing them. Look, all three of them are wearing the Aussie boots. My bro just got a pair of those. He said they're really good. My mate. Sorry, my mate. Shit, cut your leg open in one spin. GG. Well, it's got the wood, so it'll probably just shatter your all your bones.
That wasn't a successful drop. It was really cool looking back on the slow motion footage and seeing the solenoid valve work exactly as we intended, knocking off the pin and releasing the Beyblade while it was doing 4,000 RPM. Okay, we've got time for one more test, and we're going to try and cut this table in half.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is going to do it. I just want her to fall over. She's been here the whole time.
Yeah.
She's so lucky.
40.
This noise never gets easy to listen to. Every part of your body wants to run away.
That's the noise of death. Jeez.
That was amazing. Even though it didn't blow up, we spun it fast enough and caused enough destruction to finally allow me to put this Beyblade to rest.
That's crazy. He's talking about putting the Beyblade to rest. Look at all the other stuff in the room. Holy.
I don't know if I can go through that again.
No, I don't want to do anymore. I'm done. I hate that noise.
I also really want to thank my mate, not an engineer, for helping me out with this. And you should go check out and subscribe to his YouTube channel. And also Hamilton for letting me use his property, and his dog for doing more damage to my leg than the actual Beyblade.
More damage to the Beyblade.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like that, please subscribe and watch some of my other videos.
Talk. Subscribe. I'll put the link in chat. You guys can leave a like for the algorithm if you want to help out I Did a Thing. Even though a lot of times I don't know what the actual engineering part was happening. His videos are always pog.